The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, presented by WynnBET. WynnBET is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBET has what you need to win. Sign up today, bet $100 and get $100 at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. At sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. State restrictions apply. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the voice, no the guy. It's me, really real, villain real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. And good morning to Jalen, him, Brunson, and Jalen, him, Brunson only. Nobody else. Good morning, Jalen Brunson. You are him, sir. You are Hemthony. You are having a great month so far. 31 points per game on 58% from the field as a guard. Oh, man. The Knicks found one. I can't believe I came up here earlier this season and doubted Jalen Him Brunson. Well, it really was no offense to Jalen Brunson. It really,
just the Knicks
Jalen
organization.
Brunson, he's listening to this. I'm just letting everybody know he's listening to this. It was no offense to you. I didn't trust the Knicks. I didn't. And so whenever the Knicks make a move, I just assume it's the wrong move regardless. But you were the absolute right move, sir. You was exactly what we needed. We have a point guard that can not only facilitate, but go get a bucket. He was giving the Nets buckets. Mikal, giving you buckets. Have some pride. Mikal didn't do nothing. Because Brunson and Josh Hart came off the bench and gave you 27.
That was all Villanova guys, too. That's crazy.
27? Oh, come on, guys. I mean, Hemthony, Hemi Neutron, Hem Bean is all the adjectives. Jalen Brunson, bravo, sir. You should be an all-star. You should 100% be an all-star. And I'm waiting for somebody else to drop out in the next couple of days so Jalen Brunson can walk into that spot. It's just, I don't know. He should be competing with the best in Salt Lake City. Perfect emotional hedge for the Knicks game last night, betting the Nets and getting to see the Knicks finally beat the Nets after 9 unsuccessful attempts. It's love day in the NBA. Delonte, what's going on?
Yeah, man, pretty good. I didn't watch a ton of hoops last night. I was at the UNC Miami game, seeing them get routed. But yeah, I was catching up on some stuff last night and seeing that about Brunson. I got a Knicks fan friend, loves the Knicks. It was extremely down on the Jalen Brunson thing. He was furious, actually, furious. And now
I wasn't furious.
Not you, but I'm saying he was furious.
Yeah, I get it, but I wasn't, because everybody was like, "Why are you paying Jalen Brunson all this money?" And I'm like, one, I didn't think the contract was a lot of money. Like, people are out here getting $200 million. It wasn't a lot of money. Like, the NBA is a market, and so the market sets itself every time there's a new big free agent. So he got what he deserved, but I assumed the Knicks were going to fuck it up somehow. I mean, they always do. But Jalen Brunson is determined to make sure to let everybody know, nope, this is going to work. I'm going to work for sure. So
he's working.
Now we just got to get rid of Tibbs.
Yeah, get rid of Tibbs. Yeah, Jalen, he's been phenomenal, man. He's been phenomenal. And all those Villanova guys on the court at the same time. How ironic is that?
Yeah, man. That was the angle I had on Mikal Bridges having a good game last night. It was the fact that, all right, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson on the other side, and Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart were having this bromance moment when Josh Hart got traded to the Knicks, and it's like nobody paid attention to Mikal that is down the street in Brooklyn, and I'm like, Mikal's gonna come in here, he's gonna have a good game, be like, hey, I'm in New York too. No, absolutely wrong.
And he missed that game-winning layup against who were they playing? I was on them. He missed the game in a layup. Great look. I forgot who it was, but he just missed it.
Yeah.
So, bounce back game from that. But yeah, other than that, man, I didn't watch a ton.
Trevor said that he looked up the Whisper song. Yeah, it's a very cultural song. Very cultural song. And It's better late than never. I'll say that's what I'll say for that. Better late than never. I'm glad that you know about it. I'm glad your girlfriend liked the song as well. It is it's a cultural movement of a song. Like it's a really, really big cultural song there. So very glad
Trevor
that
Story of the Boston Red Sox, is it?
No, because he has an E in his, so I'm assuming it's not him, but he could be trying to play us.
It's his burner,
because
man. It might be his burner.
It's his burner account. Yeah, so Trevor Story of the Red Sox burner account, and he just learned the Whisper song recently. I believe Trevor Story's never heard the Whisper song as well. So, all right. Anything else? I mean, well, let me go ahead and recap what I did yesterday on the show. Yesterday, swept the board. Yesterday, I had the Golden State Warriors -3.5. Never in doubt, even after a blitz by the Wizards in the first quarter. Really never in doubt there. And then my dog Pelicans money line. I mean, come on, guys. I told you about OKC as a favorite. Like it was such an easy handicap. No CJ, no problem. Brandon Ingram had 30, I believe. And so, that was my guy. We cashed the Brandon Ingram ladder too. Got Brandon Ingram 25 and 30 plus in the ladder. So a good cash there. I think that was plus 220. We had a really good day yesterday.
Yeah,
Scott was on Anthony Davis, and granted, he had a good day on the boards, but like you really should have cooked. Like he really should have cooked the Trailblazers better than that. He should have been penciled down for an easy 30 piece against the Trailblazers. Lakers are running out of time, and I know they got all these new pieces, but they got to figure it out shortly. Oh man, what else happened yesterday other than your Lakers? 5 points. Boom, but what a boom. I think it was the first game. The first game was the game to play it. I really wasn't interested in the second game. The first game was the game to play it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that, after 3 years on this show, I finally have the not worst team in the league. Like, not worst team in the league. And that's great because your Lakers are pretty bad.
Yeah.
The Nets are trash now because they lost to the Knicks, so I can now say the Nets are trash. So the Nets are trash now. So
the Nets are probably better than the Lakers, though. I will give them that. The Rockets are the
worst. Rockets definitely Moonoff definitely loses. Matter of fact, I never had the worst team. We was always better than the Rockets. So Moonoff still has the worst team of the podcast. Make sure you send him all of your condolences for what he has to go through in the NBA season, especially the fact that they're paying $82 million to guys that are not on the roster.
Right.
Like there's a list of guys that's not on the roster, and they're paying them a total of $82 million this season, including 2 different checks to John Wall.
Yeah,
John
Wall is getting 2 different checks. John Wall getting from
so I think he's getting 2 checks. Like he's for sure getting 2 checks. One is significantly larger than the other, but that other one is like you could take that other check and just have that in a different account. Like maybe that's the kid's college fund or something like that. Like we'll just throw that other check in a different account because y'all already paying me $40 million.
Right. Like that's insane, man. Is anybody any interest in him, you think? I mean, he's hurt, so who knows?
I think that I would have some interest if I was Dallas just to get another ball handler off the bench. I'm not really looking for him to be a scorer, but more of just a ball handler that can facilitate when I want to sit Kai and Luka down.
Yeah. Other than that, Phoenix, honestly, they need a backup point guard.
Yeah, I was about to say, Phoenix would be a good look. Like I think there's a number of contenders that he can go to and serve as a backup point guard. Who's the backup point guard now in Milwaukee now that George Hill is gone? I mean, you have Justin. Do they have a backup? We're about to talk about that game in a minute, but now that I think about it off the top of my head,
they don't have anybody.
I don't think they have a backup point guard. So that would be a good look.
Yeah.
Milwaukee. I think he has options. He looks like from where he was in Los Angeles that he's fine to accept the role coming off the bench and just being that backup guy, help facilitate off the bench. So
there we go.
Yeah, Javon Carter. Yeah, Javon Carter. But I'm like, I would feel better, you looking at Carter for defense and you're looking at Carter for I would feel better with, or at least feel decent of kicking the tires of John Wall and seeing, hey, let's see if John Wall can come in here and run this offense, or let's see what he can do. I think that there is a little bit, not a large market, but I think there's a little bit of a market for John Wall.
Think so. Yeah, if I was Phoenix, I'd try to go get him. They need some insurance. Landry Shamet and Payne are hurt always. So Chris Paul is older.
And Landry is more of a 2 guard, anyways.
Yeah, but they
So
try
it's
to use
really like, yeah, if Chris
they try
Paul
to use
goes
him as a one
down,
guard. Yeah.
hey, you really do need assurance for Chris
Mm-hmm.
Paul, because if Chris Paul goes down, I don't think that they go into a point guard. I think they're just saying, all right, Book, you're running
Booker. Yeah.
offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're running offense, and it's gonna be you and KD doing a tag team right there. But
Yeah. It's taken away from his offensive scoring ability also. So yeah.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and talk about the slate today. But before we do that, let me go ahead and talk to you about the official online sportsbook of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, and that is WinBet Live in a bunch of places. Arizona is one of them. We were just talking about the Suns. Great promos, odds, and payouts. Everything you need at WinBet. You have the same game parlay, aka the Win Build Your Own Bet, live betting. And if you hit the longest parlay of the week, the biggest parlay of the week, and you don't even have to put a light on it. You can put $1 on it and hit the longest parlay of the week, and you're going to get $1,000 free credit. So there's a different ways to tackle that. Like, you could make something really, really big and just go for everything, or you could hit a decently sized parlay, and hopefully everybody else that went for a big parlay missed, and now you got $1,000 free credit. So much to choose from. All you have to do is head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/winbets and sign up today. You'll get a special offer: bet $100, get $100, limited to state availability. Again, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. Offer subject change, terms and conditions at winbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in state where playthrough WinBet is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right, let's get into the picks. We have the Boston Celtics traveling to Milwaukee to play the Milwaukee Bucks. This is on nationally televised TV, TNT. Bucks are laying 8.5 now, is what I see. The line opened up is at -4. Now they're laying 8.5 at home. 225.5 is the total. Injury report for these two teams, and I'm gonna just go ahead and start with the lead. Jason Tatum is doubtful for this game with a illness, so a little bit of a bug going around, and Jason Tatum is doubtful. That's really where this is coming from, and this line, and why you saw that big line movement is because their best player is looking like he's not going to play. Robert Williams and Grant Williams are both questionable. Malcolm Brogdon is probable, so getting Malcolm Brogdon back is definitely going to be a help. So you're looking at some type of makeshift lineup of Derek White, Sam Hauser, Al Horford, Robert Williams, and we'll see what they do in the middle there. Probably a B, Grant Williams coming into the starting lineup, but I don't know. This
Is
is
he questionable too, right?
Yeah, he's questionable. So it could be Grant Williams. Grant Williams in the starting lineup, but it also very well could not be. They could just punt this game entirely. Yeah. And here we are for the Milwaukee Bucks. We have Giannis, who's probable. Chris Middleton, who's not on the injury report. Expect to see him coming off the bench today. Pat Connaughton is probable. Jay Crowder is still working on his conditioning, seeing how he hasn't touched the court all year. So he's out. And Bobby Portis is still on IR. So you're looking at Drew Holiday, Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton, potentially, and Giannis Antetokounmpo and Brook Lopez all in the starting lineup in that one. All right. Let's handicap this game where one side is missing 3 of their best players.
Yeah.
-8 for the Bucks. What are you doing?
Yeah, lost a little bit of its luster. Obviously, it could be Eastern Conference preview, like finals preview, but we won't see it in full tilt tonight. I wouldn't touch the game like from a total and spread perspective. Maybe look in game if you could. The Bucks are rolling. I think they've won like 9 or 10 straight. I would look for them early on, seeing if they get out early, get a blowout, and just let everybody rest, because I don't think they want to increase the injury risk to some of these guys. So I think they can get up and get out early. I mean, the Celtics, they're probably going to fight. This is why I won't take the full game, but early on, I think the Bucks can lay it on them. One of the better first half teams in the NBA. So I'd look at them first quarter, first half. I wouldn't play the game at all. If I had to, I'd lean to the Bucks, but nothing I would play or I'll be on. I mean, it's just too. It's just too. Like I don't know who's playing. Like I don't know. They
I
they
mean, you know
basically
who's
got their
not
whole.
playing.
Yeah, they basically got their whole starting five on the injury report.
Yeah, like you know who's not playing, and it
Yeah,
is
well,
the whole
no
starting
Tatum's
five. But
not
you know
playing.
who's not playing. You know Jason Tatum's not playing.
Yeah,
Jalen Brown's not playing. Marcus Smart's not playing.
yeah,
However, excuse me, time and time again, we've seen in this league that we have opportunities like this where one team is missing all the starters. The Nets versus the Pacers is one. The Warriors, I think that was this season. That might have been last season, but there was one time that the Warriors were like 10-point underdogs to the Nuggets with the entire starting lineup sitting, and
yeah. That
they
was this
covered
year.
that
That was this
number.
year. Yeah,
Was that? Was that?
yeah
But was
that
this
was
the year that they covered it? Because I know one year they covered it, one year they didn't cover it.
Nah,
But
they covered it this year, I think.
okay, so yeah, you have situations like that all the time, like where teams just kind of put it together and find a way to make the game close. I think the Nets actually won that game outright. So I don't think that's a situation here where the Celtics are coming in here to win the game outright, but I wouldn't be surprised. This is one of those weird spots.
Yeah.
That Bucks first quarter, yeah, I like that play. They've been really good to the first quarter, and this is a really good chance to blitz this Celtics team and really just like what's the word I'm looking for? To really just smack them around a little bit. Like this is a team that knocked you out the playoffs last year. Nobody forgets that. This is a rivalry that's going on between these two teams. I don't think that they're going to overlook them because they have some players out, at least early on in the game. Now we talk about late game and sitting Giannis. Of course, I think that they're going to want to get Chris Middleton some extra burn, but at some point, I got to assume that if this is a blowout, the starters are going to sit, especially going into All-Star break. You really don't want any issues going in this point in the season right here, going into All-Star, and give the guys the rest that they need. So Boston's won the last meeting and absolutely blew them out on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I was just about to say on Christmas. Yep.
I'll go ahead and just say that the Bucks return the favor, and if I had a lean, it'd be Bucks minus 8.5. I'm not playing that one. I'll decide if I want to play Bucks minus 3.5 in the first quarter. It's a really good play. I just haven't decided if I want to actually get to the window on that bet just yet. All right, total sitting at what is this game total at? 225.5. What are you doing?
Yeah, I lean under. Bucks playing good defense. Celtics are obviously lacking some of the offensive firepower. And Derek White has been playing extremely well. I think he got Player of the Week or Player of the Month in the Eastern Conference, if I'm not mistaken. So, hey man, he been lighting it up. So, other than that, I mean, I seen somebody in chat talking about Sam Hauser.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy that said, "Why is AD such a bitch ass?" That's what I
Oh
left
no,
at.
I just seen that.
My God.
but yeah, man. I don't think the Celtics are gonna have the firepower to be able to put up points against an elite Bucks defense. And the only thing I can see is if they get blown out early, and then the Celtics reserves just go in checking up threes. But I'd lean under, thinking the Bucks hold them down to at least 105, 104 of the sort.
I want to be contrarian in this game somehow, and I don't know how I want to do it. I almost got there on the side. I want to do it on the total, but the total doesn't even look like the contrarian side, honestly, because I think this is kind of an under game too. Like, I still think that defensively, the Celtics still have rim protection.
Yeah.
It's still got Grant Williams, who's very, very physical. I think that the outside shot may be where they're going to lack today, but I don't think that it's going to be a whole bunch of easy buckets down low because the main people that are the reason why Giannis has some trouble with the Celtics are still playing in this game, and that's Robert Williams and Grant Williams. Both of them tag team and are a pretty good 1-2 punch of slowing down Giannis from going from 50 points to 30, 25. So
Good point.
I think I still am leaning the under. So maybe Boston is the contrarian side that you need to play in this game.
Yeah,
It does look like some sharp movement is on Boston, but I don't know if that sharp movement came before the Tatum trade. I'm not Tatum trade, but before the Tatum news or after. I just can't touch the side in this one, but I think I still feel good with an under on that total. I know it looks low, but I think that I still feel good with an under.
Yeah, we need the Luke Cornett props, man. Luke Cornett over points and rebounds. That's all we need. I see somebody in the chat talking about Muscala. Is Muscala? Did he play in the
Yeah,
most
he
recent?
was on fire.
Really?
He was not missing. He
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
missing. He was doing really. He fit right in.
Oh,
He
okay. See,
was
I
doing
didn't
pretty
watch him. I didn't
good.
watch him play. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
that makes
no, he
sense.
was doing pretty good. I was watching that game, and that's why I raised my eyebrow at when I saw the Sam Hauser 3-point props because I'm like, Hauser has been like I think since he got into the starting lineup, he's been pretty automatic from three. Let me see. Mike Muscala in the 2 games, he's got double digits in both games. He was 2 for 5 in that second game against Memphis on Sunday, 4 for 8 in that first one against Charlotte.
Not bad.
And Hauser, let's go.
Well, we can shoot 4 for 8 against Charlotte.
Very true. Very true. I'm not even gonna combat you on that. Yeah, Hauser's been automatic. 4 straight games of double digit points: 20, 12, 14, 15, 6 for 11, 4 for 9, 4 for 4, 5 for 9. I mean, it's there. But the issue here is that who is creating an opening for him this time? Because it's a lot easier to get open when Jason Tatum's commanding a double team almost every other possession.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to, beat your one-on-one matchup, get open and shoot from the outside? I don't know if that's going to be Hauser's if this game is going to be his opportunity to do that. I think the easy look maybe just be Malcolm Brogdon to just have a game. I mean, he has history with this Bucks team. He knows this Bucks team. I think that Malcolm Brogdon might just be the play and not think too cute about it. Just go next man up mentality. Tatum's out. Brogdon's probable. I couldn't even say that. Probable. It just seems like, yeah, let's just go ahead and bat Malcolm Brogdon and have a good day today. I really don't think this is one of the games to get too cute for on Boston side of ball because I'm just curious on how they're gonna have to swing the ball around. Like they're gonna have to swing the ball around and get a lot of movement to get the looks that they want from three. So you could see some people like a Grant Williams corner. I could see Grant Williams having 2 corner threes in this game, especially being in the starting lineup. And him saying, I want more minutes. Like he straight up told the team, I want more minutes. And I think that there was a report that he asked to be traded because he wasn't getting the minutes that he wanted.
Grant Williams?
Yeah. I'm almost positive that I saw something about that. I got to go look that up. Let me not talk about it before I look it up. But I'm almost positive that I saw something out there in the atmosphere that said.
Oh, I ain't disputing it. I'm just saying, like, who is he to be asking? Who the hell is he to be asking?
Oh, I'm weak. No, I mean, he's solid. Like, I think he's solid. I think
it's more. I think it's more of a team concept. Like, he looks better with the Celtics than he would with the just any other team. I mean, I'm not knocking him.
Yeah, no. I think I definitely think that if he goes somewhere else, he's not gonna be as interesting to look at. So
yeah, good player. I mean, he's a good player, but I mean,
I'm gonna back Grant Williams today. I think I don't know. Sometimes you just have a weird feeling. I'm gonna back Grant Williams today.
Yeah, man, I feel you. Yeah, I can't. I don't really know what to touch in this game. I don't want to touch any Bucks props because I think they might blow out the Celtics, and who knows how minutes get allocated. So yeah, I don't have any fun props. Maybe maybe look at just Giannis rebounds or something, thinking that he'll just dominate inside like he always does, especially with no Tatum, no Brown at the line of defense.
Maybe this is a first quarter game where I've been seeing a lot of these first quarter props pop up in different markets where you're taking players in the first quarter. I mean,
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen those.
Yeah, like it'd be like I think what's one that we was betting on here a lot? Shea, because Shea always goes off early on in the game, and you'll look up and he'll have 10 points in the first quarter. And I think he was sitting at like 9.5 first quarter points for a really, really long time. So maybe it's something like that. I haven't really tapped into that market or not.
Yeah,
hopefully this gives an idea to one of the listeners to look into it and see if there's a play that they really like in that market. But maybe this is a first quarter market where the Bucks say, hey, everybody likes Bucks first quarter. Maybe this is a prop market where they just blitz them real quick. Giannis has a really good first quarter and then things slow down because they're up so big. Or Boston makes this close and Giannis has to stay on the court anyway.
Yeah, I can see a couple of things happening. So that's why I just don't have a strong feel for it. Maybe Brook Lopez has a decent game. I mean, I don't know. I don't got a good feel for it, but Brook Lopez is the one player that I can see having a decent game, stretching the floor.
I think there's going to be a lot of threes by Boston. Yeah. I just can't see Boston.
I mean, if they're
hitting
Tatum
and Brown,
they're going to be
trying to go inside the paint. I don't think they're going to try to go inside the paint on this team, especially with Giannis and Brook Lopez there. I think I think they're just going to sit there and say, hey, we got 3-point shooters. Let's swing the ball around a bunch and find somebody that's open and just put up a bunch of threes in this game. So I think your threes props are your best bet for your Boston players because you could probably get somebody for 3-4 threes at like crazy plus money and have a good day, and you made money off this game. So if I were to play this game, I think that's what I look at. Boston players, threes, props. All right. Let's see here. I think we beat that one over the head. Let's move on to the next game of the slate. We have the Orlando Magic going to play the Toronto Raptors. Raptors are laying 7 at home. Open up at 6, now over to 7. 221.5 is the total. Injury report for these two teams. And we have for the Orlando Magic, who played yesterday. They beat the Chicago Bulls on the road. So really don't have much to say from that. Me and Scott called that one. Very good call by us. Really wasn't in doubt at all. The Bulls, man, they cannot beat teams under 500. Cole Anthony is questionable with the wrist, it looks like. I think that's like the only information that I really have for this game. And for the Raptors, you have Gary Trent Jr. questionable with the calf injury, Precious Achiuwa questionable with an ankle injury, OG Anunoby, and Otto Porter still on IR. So I mean, I think it's pretty easy for me, but I'll hear what you say. What are you on?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't trust the Raptors to lay this amount of points, especially to a team that has beat them twice this season. They beat them as 7 and 8-point underdogs.
It was a back-to-back. That was a back-to-back road game set. That was when I was talking about, and I said that the Raptors are just tired of playing in Florida. Like they spent a whole year in Florida. They spent a bubble in Florida. Then after that, came back and spent another year in Florida. Like they were tired of playing in Florida. They're always going to suck in Florida.
Yeah. So both games went under. I think that the Magic pretty much controlled the tempo of the game and played at their pace. The Magic have length and can get out. They've been running as of late. They don't like to run, but they've been running as of late, which has been attributed to their success. The Raptors do have the size and length on the wing to be able to, combat that. But I mean, I just don't trust the Raptors to cover a big number against a team that is 30, 19, 30 and 19 as a dog. So like I just don't trust them. I'd lean to Orlando. Maybe look to play Orlando early. They're pretty good in the first quarter, 8-2 ATS the last 10 in the first half. Also, 17-12 ATS in the first quarter on the road. So maybe look to play Orlando early. As far as Toronto, I mean, they don't. The only thing that they do well, like considerably well, is they take care of the ball and they turn opponents over. So they're number one in both of those turnover percentage, offense and defense. They're bottom 3 in key shooting metrics. Effective field goal, effective 3-point percentage. So they can't shoot, they can't defend anything. But the good thing about it is Orlando doesn't shoot a ton of threes. So I can go back and forth with it if I had to. I'll just take the points. I don't think it's overwhelming for the Magic to come on a back-to-back. I know somebody in the chat was saying the Magic were 1-9 on the back-to-back. I wonder, is that like ATS or is that like straight up? That's a question that I had. But yeah, I don't trust the Raptors to be laying this amount of points to a solid team who's pretty much had their number in the first 2 matchups. So I'd lean to the Magic. I won't be playing it at all though.
Okay, great. So we were on the opposite side of that. Perfect. Because I'm on the Raptors. I'm on the Raptors. I know it's ugly. I know it's disgusting. I know you sit there and you see Toronto -7 and you're like, no, don't do it. Blah, blah, blah. What they be doing in elementary school? Cooties. Like, no. I know you're sitting there saying that. I understand. I completely understand. The Raptors are about to blitz the Magic today. Like, they're really about to blitz the Magic today. The 1-for-9 back-to-back, I understand. But if you look at...
Is that straight Raptors, up or ATS?
I don't know. I'll look it up. I just saw a guy.
Oh, no, I can look it up while you talk. You good.
All right, cool. Yeah, so basically, I understand. It's a disgusting play. But one, as who said that? Corday said in the chat, public dogs have fleas, man. And everybody is here looking at the Magic. Everybody's seeing what the Raptors did at home on Super Bowl Sunday. and only winning by one against the lowly Pistons. Like they were given 11.5 points and they won by one. Everybody's seeing that, and that's why everybody is on Orlando. Orlando just got a very nice win on the road against the Bulls, where they really was never in doubt. Like if there was ever a game that was not in doubt that was going to win yesterday, it was the Raptors. I mean, not the Raptors, it was the Magic. The Magic absolutely controlled that game from start to finish, and so I think this is a different situation. And I'm interested to see how the adjustments from Nick Nurse and his Raptors team come with Jakob coming into the lineup here, because they played him about a solid 25 minutes, 6 points, 5 rebounds, decent day, but it was still Pascal Siakam majority on the boards. But he just adds another element of size on the inside for the Raptors that they didn't have. They truly didn't have since they traded him to the Spurs. Like, so they get that element of size back. You have reverse line movement, talking about everybody and their mother that is on Orlando in this spot on a back-to-back, and the Raptors, how they played that last time out. But I think that this is do or die time for the Raptors. Like, I truly do. I think this is do or die, where they are saying that, hey, we have to start turning this season around. This is our team. Like, I understand everybody had the trade rumors. Everybody was concerned. Nobody knew where they stood. This is our team for the rest of the year. So at least we're going to go out here and try to put on a run like we did last year and try to make the play in, make the playoffs, or do something. So I really think that this is the start going into All-Star break, where the Raptors say, hey, we're about to clean things up. And it's starting with the Orlando Magic here, who are 24 and 34, where we know we're a better team than them, and they're coming off a back-to-back, traveling to Canada from Chicago. Like, it's not a crazy long flight, but it's not an easy travel to crossing the border for a back-to-back. So it just seems like a very easy play for me to take Toronto in this spot. I know it's disgusting. I know you look at Toronto -7, you're like, no way, but this is the spot where I think they actually blitz the Magic. Like, there is too many red flags with the Magic for me.
Yeah. So the stat, they got to be 1-9 straight up, because they're 5-5 off back-to-backs ATS. So that 1-9 is straight up.
Okay, so still a possibility for the Magic there, but I think that this is the spot where Toronto gets right. Like, this is their get right spot. A Magic, you lost to the Magic back-to-back set on the road. Now you're seeing them again here at home. They're on a back-to-back, plus travel, plus crossing over into Canada, and you know how Canada does all those things. I know I got a bunch of Canadians that'll tell me, "Oh man, it's a struggle getting across the border," or blah blah. Like, yeah, so. I think that this is a really good spot for Toronto. That's all it is. I don't think it's anything about the team. I just think this is a good spot for Toronto.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. They got a lot of what a lot of people don't have to defend the Magic. Like, they got long, lengthy wings, just like the Magic do. They'll be able to convert some of that stuff on the inside. Yeah, I mean, the Raptors, I just don't trust them. I mean, I won't be playing either side. But I'll be rooting for you. I can root for you. I'm not going to put my money on it.
Yeah, no, I get it. All right, 221 is total. 221 and a half, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I lean under. Both teams are mid-20s in pace. Orlando 20th and Raptors 25th. As we mentioned earlier, the previous two meetings went under. I think it was a 223 and 223 and a half was the closing number, if I'm not mistaken, of both of those games. So they both stayed under. Both offenses struggle shooting the ball. Now, the only thing that I can see is I can see a avenue where Toronto is on fire, and if Gary Trent and Precious Achiuwa actually play, I'm not sure if those guys are going to be playing tonight. I think they're both questionable. If they get some perimeter shooting from Gary Trent, and Pascal's been on a tear lately, and I mean, Scotty Barnes scored 20 last game, so maybe he's getting his offensive confidence back. I can see, maybe a Raptors team total over versus the full game under. If you like that, I know somebody was saying Toronto team total over in first half. I don't quite know the numbers on that to back it, but I do know that Orlando has been incredible in the first half. So if you like Orlando, I look at them in the first half and maybe pivot to the Raptors in the second half.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid move there. All right. Any props you're on in this one?
I like Paolo over 6.5 rebounds. He's over 8 of the last 9. He has 6 in the first meeting and 12 in the second meeting in the matchups. But the way they've been playing him lately with Wendell Carter at the 5 and him at the 4, and he's been posting up more. I've been killing it with him. They actually raised it. It used to be 5.5. He's 5.5, 6 at plus money. You could get it, but they raised it up a little bit because he's been killing it. I like his rebounds. He's gonna have to get in the paint and bang with Scotty Barnes and Pascal and Jakob. So I think it's a good place for him to get 8 or 9 rebounds. I think he had like 5 in the first quarter in the last few games. So he's been doing pretty well with that. Another thing I like is Wendell Carter over 1.5 threes made. He's over in 3 of the last 5. He's averaging almost 5 a game, 4.6 attempts. Rap's not good at defending the 3, 28th and 25th. I'm sorry, in effective 3-point percentage defense. So I mean, he can step out, pick and roll, pick and pop, shoot a couple threes. It's at plus money. I think it's like plus 130. So I think that's a good look for him. And I know you like Pascal. You got to like Pascal if you like the Raptors.
I mean, actually, I'm not really pressed to play Pascal today just because of the size inside for the Magic. So
yeah, I don't hate that.
I think it's more of a. I'm thinking. I'm kind of torn between Scotty Barnes and maybe this is a Fred Van. I just hate playing Fred VanVleet because he's so bad percentage wise. Like he's so bad percentage.
I don't like playing Scotty Barnes for the exact same reasons.
Yeah, but I think that this is one of those games that those guys turn it on because I really truly believe that like this is similar to that Spurs game where the Spurs came into town and they just blitzed them out the gate and just came out and won the game. So I think I'm still waiting and deciding on my Raptors props. I'll probably be playing Raptors props a little bit later. So I'm still waiting to decide what I want to do with the Raptors. But I'm still going to play Wendell Carter double-double at 2-1. I still feel pretty confident about that. Like I think that he has a good opportunity for rebounds, especially if this doesn't go in my script. My script could be wrong. I don't have the winning script. I had the winning script for the halftime show. I had that. I definitely had the winning script for the halftime show, but I don't have the winning script for this game. So my script could very well be wrong. And if it is, there's a good possibility that Wendell Carter is a reason for it just because of how strong he is on the inside, able to clean up the glass and give the Magic more possession. So we'll see.
Yeah, if people do like Pascal, I look at him points, rebounds, and assists, 32.5, over in 3 straight. Matchup is not ideal, but I think he can.
It's just that. Yeah, it's the matchup.
Yeah, but he can get in and get to the line, and score some free throws and get that point total up. But I think he'll be able to bang inside with the Magic front line and get some rebounds. But yeah, I lean that way. Just something I was looking at. I didn't play it, but I was leaning that way.
I may have like a threes parlay today because I feel like I'm liking a lot of teams' threes today. All right.
Bucks first quarter at even money. Oh yeah, I'm about to go play that right now.
Oh, on 3. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what's up. All right, next game on the slate we have that's Bucks first quarter minus 3.5 for at even money for those that are listening to the podcast version. Sacramento Kings are on the road to go play the Phoenix Suns. Suns are laying 2.5 at home. Open up at 3.5 now, sitting at 2.5. 233.5 is the total injury report for these two teams. And we have for the Sacramento Kings, Malik Monk is out with an ankle injury. And for the Phoenix Suns, TJ Warren is available. Darius Vate. It's like you just have the reinforcements coming into this game. Darius Baisley and TJ Warren are both available for this game. Kevin Durant, Campaign, Landry Shamet, all on IR. You know you're not going to see them. So we're getting another look at a different group for this Suns team, but the Suns have turned it around since this trade. I think since the trade they've won. Oh, did they? Yeah, they lost that game to Atlanta. So what is that? Oh, well, yeah, but they were more competitive. I think they're a little bit more competitive in that game than led on. But I've been impressed. I've been impressed by the Suns and seeing how they play. And I think if they win this game, can we admit that the Suns turned it around? Like, this is a pretty good Kings team. Looking at
I thought they turned it around.
16-11 on the road, 13-8 as an underdog. If they get this win, they might be, turning their season around. You think they've already turned it around?
I mean, I thought they were trending up even before the trade. I just thought that, without Booker, I mean, it's hard to get a gauge. I mean, they were missing three key pieces. They were missing Booker, Payne, and Shamet. I mean, Payne and Shamet aren't world beaters by any means, but to that team, they mean a lot. That means you're relying on, Dwayne Washington, who has actually been pretty good, but you're relying on some key guys getting minutes that don't normally get minutes, so I thought they were trending up. I've been on them a lot. Like, I think every time we talk about the Suns on this podcast, I've been on them thinking that they were going to turn it around. They have been playing extremely well defensively. Like, they were top 3 in defensive rating over the past month and a half, I think. Ayton has been more assertive. I mean, other than the 2 rebound game that he had a few games ago, he's been really killing it on the glass. CP3 has looked better. Not, of course, he's never going to look like his old self, but he's looked serviceable to an extent. I think Booker being back, I mean, just changes everything. Like, that team is still good, and when they get KD back, then they're going to be even better. Obviously, I mean, I'm not splitting the atom here, but some of the things that they can do offensively and what they have defensively with Ayton and KD defending the paint. I mean, I think that's sky's the limit. But they don't have KD in this matchup, but I do kind of like them to get it done here. I don't think that Sacramento can match up with them on a physicality standpoint. Sacramento's more finesse, 25th in defensive rating. They are first in offensive rating, but I think the Suns are playing at a high level defensively, and they'll be able to sustain some of the runs that Sacramento goes on. And I watched Sacramento a lot in the past, like 4 or 5 games. I mean, the Rockets were playing with them, and the Rockets aren't nearly on the same level as any team in the NBA, let alone one of the better ones in the Suns. So I had my concerns with Sacramento, especially defensively. I mean, I know they're going to get their points offensively. Over the last 5 games, they're allowing 127.3 points per game. Now, Phoenix is not going to outscore anybody by any means, but I think Sacramento's defense is just that bad where they'll be able to get what they want. And Booker was his 3rd game, I think, off of the from being back.
Yeah, so I think this is game number 3.
Yeah, so I think he's getting his rhythm back. I like the Suns. I mean, I like the Suns a lot. They're returning home from a 5-game road trip. I'm pretty sure KD's going to be in the building. I'm pretty sure it'll be more electric than ever. They've held 3 of the last 5 opponents to under 105 points. That's going to be really tough to do with the number 1 offensive rating, number 1 offensive rated team coming in. But I think they'll be able to lock it down and get a win tonight. One of the things that Sacramento also does well is they finish at the rim, 4th in rim percentage offense. But the Suns are top 15 in that. They're 13th in rim percentage defense. So a lot of the things that Sacramento does well, I think Phoenix can combat that. So I like Phoenix a lot in this game.
This is a tough game because both of these teams are pretty solid to the number in terms of the playing divisional games. So you have the Suns, who are the number 1 team in against the division, and that is 8-0 ATS, 8-0 straight up, actually, too, as well. Sacramento 8-2 ATS, 5-5 straight up in division games, and this is a really big game. I mean, these teams are what? Wait, are the Suns up to 4? Are the Suns up to 4 in the conference? No, I'm talking about to the in standings. Yeah, the Suns are up to 4, so they're 2 games back with the 3 seed. So it's like
they've been playing
this
good.
This is a game that really matters. Like, this is a game that really, really matters. And both teams want this one. I feel like Suns minus 2.5 is so chalky.
Man,
why can't I get there? I've been talking about I like what the Suns have been doing recently, but why can't I just get there on the Suns today? I'm gonna just suck it up and just say Suns minus 2.5. It just feels like that should be the play, but I know this Kings team, and this Kings team is scrappy on the road when you give them a good opponent. Like, when you send them on the road in a game that you're like, oh yeah, the Kings are out this one, they're not gonna win this one. They get really, really scrappy and find ways to win that game.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't think Phoenix is going to allow them to get comfortable offensively and be able to score all those points that they've been doing. I mean, Phoenix defensively, even without Bridges and and Cam, they've still been playing well defensively the few games that they played without him. But I mean, I love Sacramento. Sacramento is one of my go-to teams to watch, and just like how they play offensively. But I don't think that
Bro,
I don't think
DeAndre
they'll be
Ayton
able to.
is really soft, man.
I mean, who inside is? I mean, he's be guarding Sabonis. I mean, Sabonis
I
is
mean, it's
not
not
as.
even, but I'm not even looking like guarding wise. I'm just thinking like Sabonis is gonna clean up the boards. Like Ayton, it's so many times Ayton will fold on you on a rebound spot and it's
Damn, and
because
I'm on his
he's
rebound
not
tonight.
being strong going to the rim. Like this is pure eyes on basketball. He's not strong going to the rim, and whereas Sabonis is gonna push two, three people out the way to go get a board. Like I I'm gonna take the Suns against my gut
You don't
feeling.
like it though.
My gut feeling says this line stinks and that I really should be on the Kings. That's what my gut is telling me. I had to go with my gut. My gut's telling me to be on the Kings in this one.
Hey man, switch it up.
But it's in the Valley.
Man, it's gonna be electric. Something while you looking that up, I'll look to play the Suns in the first quarter too. Kings 3-7 ATS last 10 in the first quarter, being outscored by almost 4 points per quarter.
Mhm.
Suns are back home from that 5-game road trip. Building's gonna be electric. I think some people may be still there from the Super Bowl.
Oh, they had a 5-game road trip before this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nope. All right, Kings plus 2.5. Thank you. I was waiting for something, some inkling of a metric to tell me that my gut was right about the Kings. Yeah, yo, we fade teams when they come back from a long road trip.
Yeah, I usually do too.
We fade teams. No, we fade teams when they come back from a long road trip. And they went East Coast. They definitely went East Coast for that road trip too. So you had Indiana, Atlanta, Brooklyn, Detroit, Boston. This is 6 games.
Oh,
No,
6 games?
no, it's 5 games. No, it's 5 games. I lied. Yeah, so Boston, Detroit, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Indiana. Now you're coming back home. And guess what? This was Super Bowl weekend in there this weekend. So it's not like they were resting that weekend. They weren't resting. It wasn't rest going on this whole weekend. They haven't played since Friday, but it wasn't rest going on. So yeah, nah. All right. Yeah, it's Kings plus 2.5.
Yeah, man. I still like the Suns. I just from like matchup wise, and I don't know. It's something about the Suns team that I think is gonna. I don't know. It's just a hunch. I had this feeling for a while since they were trending up before they got Booker back. They got Booker back. They're looking even better. I would just like to see them sign some additional buyout guys just to get some depth on the roster.
Mm-hmm. I think that they'll be good. I really think they're good once they get everybody back. Like, I think they're gonna be good. But yeah, man, nah. That was a good reason. That road trip metric. Yeah, that first game back is really, really finicky sometimes. So I knew I liked Sacramento for some weird reason. That's good enough for me. All right, total sitting at 234.
234 is it total?
I mean, I have a hard time. I have a hard time taking it under with Sacramento.
Yeah, I mean they pay 4 of the last 5 have went under for the Suns. The Sacramento is playing 5 straight overs, but I mean they're allowing opponents to score 127 per game. So in the last 5 games. So if you do like the under, which I don't, better hold your nose. Don't watch it because Sacramento can score in a hurry.
I just think this is a low. This is not a low total, but this is a low Kings total. Kings totals are well close to 240.
Yeah, I think it's more respect to the Suns' defense. What they've been doing defensively as of late. The Suns, I mean the Kings, they score a lot of points on a lot of bad teams. I think some of the good teams they struggle to score against.
Okay.
Even like let me see if I can find. Like the Raptors, they're not even a good defensive team. They scored 95. Timberwolves, which was one of the better defensive teams over the last month and a half, 110. They scored 118 in the back-to-back. Yeah, it's just some teams they just don't play well against offensively. The Grizzlies 108. So I mean, it kind of just depends. But against the bad teams, of course, they blitz them. Even the Pelicans scored 136 on them. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and the Rockets scored 120, 126, but they put up 140 and 130. So
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, I think it's over. Because I think the Kings earn it. I have to bet over. I think the Kings earn it. And only when the Kings are going to be in is that they find ways to score the basketball.
yeah, they pretty much are correlated. If you like the Suns, you like
'Cause,
the under, and
yeah,
Kings over. Yeah, I get
I'll
that.
probably. mm, I think I might actually get to the window on this game. It's just I don't know. I don't know why I had a gut feeling that I like the Kings. I feel like LeBron when he was like, I don't know how I knew that he was gonna get 70 that night. I don't know, but
But I
I feel
did.
like Bron, but I did. So I don't know why I thought that the Kings were gonna go get a win in the Valley tonight, but I do. Let's like the being big people. Let's like the being Kings plus 2.5. Sprinkle on the money line too. All right. Let's get to the other nationally televised game. We have the Golden State Warriors on a back-to-back going to play the Los Angeles Clippers minus 8.5 for the Clippers. Line opened up at 9, down to 8.5. 228.5 is the total. That total's come down 3 points from 231.5. Let's see. Can't really tell you much about the Warriors, but everybody knows what the Warriors do on back-to-back. So
Sit everybody.
decent chance you're not going to see Klay Thompson. You know you're not going to see Steph. Let's see if Wiggins, Draymond, Jordan Poole normally plays back-to-back, so you'll probably see Poole out there, but more than likely you're probably not going to see Klay Thompson. For the Clippers, you have Kawhi Leonard, who is not on the injury report. And then it looks like Eric Gordon, Mason Plumlee, and Bones Highland are all available to play. All right. Are you laying 8.5 with the Clippers?
Hell no. I ain't laying 8.5 with the Clippers. I ain't laying no number with the Clippers against anybody. But I'm not gonna bet Golden State either. Even though Golden State they're 6-5 ATS off a back-to-back, but I mean they won't have the soldiers to be able to withstand some of the things that the Clippers do on the offensive end with Kawhi and Paul George. And when some of those guys get implemented, I don't know how effective they'll be. The newer guys that you just mentioned, but I do like the under. I mean, it's kind of moving a little bit too far for me. I would like to get it at that open, but I missed it. 22 of the 27 home games for the Clippers have went under. So they're 3 of the last 5 have went under. Golden State without some of those guys, I don't know if they'll be able to muster up some points. You know, with Poole, maybe score 25, 26, but he'll probably turn it over 9 or 10 times, which plays into the Clippers, right into the Clippers' hands. So I don't have a play on the side. If you force me to bet it, I just bet Golden State. So back to your theory about, guys being out, team being at full strength. I mean, most of the time the dog is a good play. But I mean, I won't be playing it. I'll look at the under, see if it ticks back up a little bit. But I'll pass this game altogether.
Yeah, well, I may not know what those 3 players do for this team, what they're gonna do for this team, but I know what they're not gonna do, and they're not gonna play any defense. That's what's not gonna happen. So, Mason Plumlee, probably the best defender out of Gordon, and definitely better than Bones. So I think that this is a little bit of a stumble in the road for the Clippers. I'm not laying any points. I feel pretty decent. I'll wait till Clay is officially ruled out and get another point of value. You should probably get another point of value when Clay is officially ruled out and the injury report drops, and you can see what the Warriors are actually doing, because there's still a chance that they sit Draymond. There's still a chance that they sit Wiggins, because Wiggins has sat back-to-backs sometimes this season. Draymond has sat back-to-back sometimes this season. So you still have a lot of opportunity, but I mean, this is an opportunity for that bench unit to continue what they were doing last night. They shot 58% from the field and 50% from 3, and so, the team did. And so in that bench unit, you look at Green, he was 5 for 5, 4 for 4 from 3. DiVincenzo was 6 for 9, 5 for 8. So if there's any hiccup defensively for the Clippers in this game, bringing in new people, working them into the rotation, I think this Warriors team can take advantage enough to keep this one somewhat close on nationally televised TV. So a lot of TNT games have been blowouts though. So we'll see, but I'm definitely not laying the points for the Clippers. I'd rather stay away before I do that.
Yeah, how bad is TNT feeling with both of the games, with supposedly good games and all the superstars are basically out?
Yeah, definitely supposedly good games.
They should be able to flex some of these games and put the Suns Kings on.
Yeah, the Suns Kings will be definitely a better TNT game for sure. All
Yeah.
right. Any total sitting at 228.5 props, anything?
No, I just lean under for the game. I just don't have any read on what the Clippers do offensively. I mean, with those guys being implemented, I'm not sure how the minutes are going to get structured. So I need to see it first for at least 4 or 5 games to see if he can find a pattern of how he's going to play those guys because they're like 9 or 10 deep right now. With guys they can play. So um, I mean, I guess you can maybe look at Paul George points or something, but I don't have anything strong to be honest. I mean, Jordan Poole probably should go off if Clay doesn't play, so just wait. And if Clay is out, Draymond's out, I mean, Poole's probably gonna hoist up like 25, 30 shots. So
Mm-hmm.
I would look at that too. But I'm not gonna be playing anything in this game. I might play the under if it ticks back up a little bit. I like where it opened at, not where it's sitting
Mm-hmm.
at currently. But other than that, man, nah, I won't even be watching this game.
All right. Let's see. I'm just gonna keep rolling with DiVincenzo. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And
I
he's
like
been going
DiVincenzo.
crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna just
It's a
keep rolling with
Villanova heavy show
DiVincenzo.
today, man.
And yeah, it is. Holy crap. And yeah, Kawhi, why not? Sure. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't trust Kawhi to do anything, but why not? This would be a good game for him. And it's the Warriors. Warriors took him out, so maybe Kawhi is a good game. But I'm really not interested. Like, I don't have to bet this game at all. Because I don't know. It could be a blowout and people are
Right.
sitting. Or it
Anything
could
can
be
happen in
very,
this
very
game.
close. Or it could
Anything
be
can
very,
happen in
very
this
close
game.
and everybody plays 4 minutes. So I prefer not. Okay. We got a battle of teams off back-to-backs. The Wizards are going to play the Portland Trailblazers. Trailblazers are laying 3.5 at home. 236 is the total injury report for these two teams, and we don't really have much. We'll wait and see if Kyle Kuzma was able to go tonight. He didn't go last night, so maybe he'll be able to go tonight with that ankle injury. And I believe Grant didn't go last night either. So we'll see if he comes back on the second night of a back-to-back from that concussion. Other than that, we're still waiting to hear, so expect somewhat close to the same lineups that you saw last night. All right, Wizards back-to-back off a loss. Portland back-to-back off a win. Where are you leaning?
Yeah, I kind of like Washington here, especially if Kuzma was playing. I mean, he's not gonna move the line or anything, but I kind of want him to be ruled in to get the right number, or to be confident in the number. So I'd rather lose like a half point if he's playing rather than laying, or taking whatever and then him not playing. So if that makes sense. So both teams off of back to back are pretty good. Washington 7-3, ATS off of back to back. Portland 6-3, ATS off of back to back. Don't think either team exerted a crazy amount of energy last night. And Washington has been playing pretty well lately. 6-4 ATS last 10. They're
They
like
shot 60% last night in a
right,
loss.
right.
They shot
right.
60% in a loss. Like
And gave up like 135.
Beal and Porzingis both had 30. I think Beal had 33, Porzingis had 34. So
Yeah, it's crazy, and they're not bad of a road team. They're like a couple games over, maybe one game over 500 ATS on the road. They don't play a lot of defense. That's one thing they don't do, but Portland doesn't either. So as of late,
yeah,
Portland's been
they've been solid points per game wise. I mean, not recently, but they've over the course of the season, they've been solid. They had their moments.
Yeah, early on, I think is what happened. It's probably skewed those numbers early on because they were playing really well early on defensively. But Portland has struggled as of late, 2-3 straight up in ATS last 5. They are 16-13 at home, just like Washington. Offense has been pretty electric, averaging 122 points per game last 5. Defense really poor, allowing 126.2 in the last 5. I think some of the things that Washington can do defensively will be able to maybe slow down Dame a little bit. I know he had 40 last night, but they'll probably trap him off the pick and roll with some length with Porzingis. Porzingis not going to be able to. He's going to have to trap him because he can't guard him off that pick and roll. But Washington defends the rim at a decent rate. So some of those dribble drives, Dame will probably get knocked down a few times and complain about a foul. But I like Washington to cover here, maybe even win outright if they get Kuzma. If Kuzma's ruled in, I'll definitely be on Washington 100%. But right now, I'm just leaning to Washington.
I don't know. This Washington team has trouble with the Trailblazers. Trailblazers have won the last 3 meetings, including the one that happened last week, I think it was maybe a week and a half ago, something like that, where they played in Washington. Trailblazers got the dub, but they also won the 2 meetings that they had last year. And I mean, if anybody remembers what that Portland team looked like last year,
Yeah,
it's not good. It's not good at all. So that's a very, very, very bad losses that the Washington team had last year. And so I don't know. I think Portland just has the number. I like the offensive options for Portland. I know you're talking about if you get Kuzma back, but Portland could get Grant back, and that just adds more to what they can do offensively. But see, Steibel had a really good offensive game yesterday. I don't know if that's going to be him moving forward or if
free
that was
Matisse
just like
Thybulle,
a
man. He was free.
yeah. Hey, man, look, I don't know if he's able to do that consistently, then I don't know what the 76ers are doing with this man on the bench, but we know that hasn't been his profile for the most
Yeah, it's
part.
more
So I'm
about
just going to
like
scratch that one. I'm going to just scratch that one out. But I still think that Anthony Simons can have a really good game. Grant, and if Grant's able to come back and Cam Reddish can get pushed to the bench, I think that's going to be a lot better
push
for
him at
Cam
the end,
Reddish.
push him to the end of the bench. The
I
end.
wouldn't push him to the
Push him
end.
to
Of
the
the
end.
bench,
He
but I
shouldn't be
think
playing
that
more than Shaden Sharp.
I think him and Shady and Sharp running that second unit is pretty good look. Like that's a pretty good 1-2 punch right there that I think can be able to still produce some points. Now I'm not saying that they're going to be world beaters and go out here and drop 25 plus each, but I think that they both can come off the bench and give you well into double figures, working as a tandem in that. And I think that once that connection builds between them, then that's going to be a pretty solid bench production for Portland. So Washington, I'm good. I'm really good on them. So I'm on Portland. I'm on Portland minus 3.5. I like that.
Yeah, man. I like Washington in a back-to-back spot. It's nothing crazy. I think both of these teams are pretty much like power rating wise. probably got them about half point apart. Like, and it's a home game, so Portland a little bit for home court. So numbers probably right on the money. But if Kuz gets back, I think I like what they can do defensively to be able to withstand some of the things for Dame and Simon. So yeah, it's nothing strong. I'm pretty much more stronger on the over in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Both defenses being poor. We went over the numbers earlier. 3 of the last 5 for Portland has went over. At home, they're an over team. 64% of their games at home have went over.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that Washington starts off fast, which is why I like the first quarter over as well. They dominated the first quarter last night, 39-29.
Yeah, they did. They had a great first quarter last night.
Best first quarter over team in the NBA. Best first quarter over team.
Yeah,
in the
I like
NBA.
that play. I think that's probably one of the better plays.
Yeah,
I like that.
They are 40-16 to the over in the first quarter, 8-2 the last 10 to the over in the first quarter. They start off strong. I mean, and I don't think either team's going to be able to stop one another. So early on, before things get tight, if it's a close game, which the line indicates is going to be a decent game. So I like the first quarter to come out and each team to score 35 plus points to go over. And I also like the full game over.
Yeah, I like that. That's a great play. I love that play. All right. Yeah, I'm on. I think I think I'll just take over for full game too. It's kind of hard to get last night out of my head, and both teams were. Portland was a little bit better, but still left something to be desired.
Yeah,
so
both teams turn the ball over at a high rate
over.
too. So,
but if I'm playing anything total wise, it's probably that. It's going to be that first quarter over for sure. All right, that is the last game of the slate. Let's get into our lock and dog. Delonte, I'll let you go first, sir. What is your lock and dog?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's coming off the game that we just talked about. That'll be my dog, the Washington Wizards. We literally just went over it, so don't need to reiterate it. But I think that if Kuzma's in, I love it even more. If he's out, still like it enough to bet as long as it's over a possession at 3.5. So give me the Washington Wizards at 3.5. As for the lock, let me get the Phoenix Suns laying a short number at home, 2.5 at home.
All right. Let's see here. It's really nothing that I like, really. This is why I don't work Tuesdays, because this game's boring. All right. If I have to go with a lock, I'm going to go with the reverse live movement. Give me the Raptors -7. I normally cash any play where I get reverse line movement. So I feel pretty decent about the Raptors -7 there. And for especially with the Magic coming off of a back to back and traveling to Canada, like it feels pretty decent on play. So Raptors -7. That's my lock for my dog. Ugh.
It's not really a lot of attractive dogs.
Let's see. Yeah, no, let's just go with a lock battle. All right, I'll lock up Sacramento +120. Lock battle.
Hey, not bad. Not bad.
I really, I don't know. Well, do I really? Is there anything else I could play? What props? What's on the prop market? Does anybody have a birthday today? That would be a great way to find a dog. I didn't even look at birthday props today. Let's see if anybody has a birthday in the NBA today. Let's see. NBA birthday.
Whose girl didn't post their Valentine's Day gift? That's what we need to play on.
Some people are probably not even. Oh, you might not want to back road teams. They might be taking a side piece out. Let's see here. All right. Anybody have no. Okay. Who's gonna have a great day in the association today? Go back. I can go. I don't know. I'm not.
It's not. I mean, it's not a ton of attractive things.
I'm not feeling no dogs on the money line though, which is crazy. All right, when you're in doubt, fade the Clippers when you're in doubt. Okay, my official dog, real dog, is gonna be Golden State +280. Why not? Anything can happen, and it's the Clippers, and the Clippers find ways to both things. So, all right, Golden State +280 on the road. They get it done. Other than that, anything else you have for the slate today?
Nah, man, it's not attractive slate. Bet college basketball today. Don't bet a lot of NBA. It's not a lot of good.
It is a big college basketball slate day.
Yeah,
but I'll probably be on some player props. I'll put it into our Discord, sg.pn/Discord if you're not in that, and I'll probably back some player props today. Let me go back and get back into the lab and look there and see.
I got a bunch of player props I'll put in there today. I'll go ahead and just send a list.
It'll be like something fun, something crazy that I'm looking at those. I'm telling you, threes. I woke up this morning with threes on my mind, and threes are probably going to be the way to go today. Like I could see somebody just going crazy from three and having a really good day. So, all right. Anything else for the people before we get up out of here?
That's it, man. Enjoy Love Day with your significant other. To everybody.
All right. And if you don't have a significant other, take that bottle to the head and have a good day. We are going to have a great day on Valentine's Day. So, everybody, if you're not already, make sure you follow the pod, like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, do all of that on YouTube. Leave us a review. Leave a review if you haven't already. Leave reviews. That's how we keep the lights on and everything on Spotify, on Apple, wherever you get your podcast. And we're going to be reading those. Actually, did we get a new one? If we got a new one in here, I can read that on here real quick. Let's see if we got a new one. Where's my reviews joint? Oh, there it is. Podcast reviews. Boom. College basketball experience got one. MMA. Oh, come on, guys. We're losing to the MMA gambling podcast. Come on, guys. Fantasy football's got a bunch of reviews. Where are we at? We don't have no reviews.
They'll start rolling
We're losing
in.
to fantasy football.
Football season's over now, man. They'll start rolling in.
Oh, look, and Jeff is in here bragging that he's got some reviews. Come on, guys. Let me be able to talk shit to Jeff and write us a bunch of reviews. Other than that, appreciate y'all for listening. You know where to find us on Twitter. Really have nothing else to say, nothing else to do, no other way of really ending the podcast. So I'm just ending like this. We are out of here.